About this topic of opiates and alcohol and what this looks like and ways to manage it and alternatives and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to go quickly into talking about the conventional approaches for managing opiate and alcohol dependency. So for opiates, medications like Suboxone or Subutex are available. And those are, you have to go to a specific clinic to get those medications. It's called an OBOT clinic. Providers have to be certified to be able to manage opioid uh, clinic treatment. I don't know why I'm having word finding problems this morning, but I am. But anyway, medications like Suboxone or Subutex. Subutex is highly abusive. People can crush that and snort it or shoot it up, and so that one's not the appropriate one that anybody should get if they are dependent on opiates and they want to stop taking hydrocodone, oxycodone, heroin, or fentanyl. So that's one option. Methadone clinics are also widely available, but like Suboxone, they are very, very difficult to discontinue. So, once you get started on Suboxone, you got to be weaned off, just like an opiate, and the same with methadone. But a lot of the methadone clinics don't want to even deal with weaning. They just want to keep the patient on there. And even when patients come to them and say, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, it's very, very, very difficult to get off those drugs. Now, some rehab programs, when you go in for alcohol rehab, they're going to use benzodiazepines like Ativan, Xanax, Klonopin to help you detox from alcohol. And that's useful for that setting, but you don't want to continue those medications past that time either. So long-term use of benzodiazepines is not recommended. So here's a cool thing. The organizations like the American Medical Association or the AMA is a very conservative organization, but they are actually starting to recognize the role of cannabis and how it can be a part in a person's life as an opiate substitution. So this is a quote. The potential for cannabinoids to reduce opioid dose requirements and extend the duration of effective analgesia should not be understated, unquote. So this was the conclusion of a comprehensive meta-analysis of the opioid sparing effects of cannabis. And a study of 3,000 chronic pain medical cannabis patients resulted in 81 to 97% of those patients much preferred cannabis over opiates when addressing chronic pain. Now, one of the issues is access, right? So there's several states yet that have not legalized medical cannabis use for the adult or the child, especially children that suffer with seizure disorders. But so hopefully, as the word spreads and we start, destigmatizing this plant, that states are going to sit back and take notice. I know Kentucky has just created a comprehensive team of individuals who are trying to figure out if that's something that they want to do in the state of Kentucky or not. There are still several states that don't approve medical cannabis use, much less recreational cannabis use. So I've got a lot more to say on this topic. So we're just going to keep going as the days go on here, and let's figure out, or you tell me what you want to know. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I could get real sciencey and nerdy and all that kind of stuff, but I want to know what you want to know. So if you'll just drop something in the comments, I'd appreciate that. The feedback is great when I get it, and I'm just trying to educate and help people understand that the opiate crisis is gonna hopefully be resolved with not as much prescribing from providers, but also with recognizing that there is a spot for cannabis use to either detox from an opiate or to use it as an opiate sparing option. In other words, instead of taking your opiate, you would use cannabis instead. In fact, I have a patient that I just advised that he do that. He's taking copious amounts of fentanyl, and I advised him to take every other dose instead of taking fentanyl, use cannabis instead. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.